We're back again, episode 178, Michael.
178, packing them on.
We're getting close to that 200.
Yeah, we are, somewhat, yeah. It's probably going to be about a year or so before we
another year.
Yeah, maybe at the rate we go sometimes, maybe 2 years, I mean.
We have a sponsor for this one.
We do.
Yeah, it's called the Catalyst Product Group, TCPG.
And you probably wouldn't guess what they do just by the name Catalyst Product Group. You probably, if you venture to guess, you'd probably be wrong.
You'd be wrong.
Yes. They're not a financial institution.
They're based in Stanfield. Do you know where that is?
I'm going to take a stab and say Arizona.
Arizona.
Just because I know who the guy is.
Yes, Mark Turner and his son Landon, they have organic fertilizer. So anyone that is interested in gardening, maybe your wife likes to grow flowers.
There's certainly some caddies that like to grow flowers. Fertilizer
fitting.
of all sorts.
Very fitting. So yeah, Donkey 10. If you go to their website, you'll get 10% discount. I'll give a little jingle at the halfway stage. What we got today, Mike?
We got caddy stories, and I got a few stories just about podcast guests in general that I've run into and have telephoned me. So, but caddy stories for sure.
Excellent. And I had the best loop of my life yesterday.
The best one ever.
Yeah, I didn't even go and I get paid.
Oh, those are some good ones. I've had a few of those. That's a good feeling when you're taking money home and not stepping on the grass at all.
Yeah, I was at the country club. Turned up. Our boy Jack, Irish Jack, was there, and had a new kid,
Frankie.
He was about 6 months old, and the caddy master said, "Oh well, boys, sorry, some bad news.
Yeah,
only 2 players." I said, "Well,
you got a family? I'll go home. I'll make no money today. Don't worry about it."
And then I ended up getting paid something. So it's like, how fantastic is that? What's a wonderful
It is
system.
a dream. Hey, you know, I've been caddying for like 23 years. It's probably happened 30 or 40 times, and it's a good feeling when you're walking away and not having to work and taking a little money home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the most interesting job that exists for caddies, I had it on, what day is today? Friday. So it was probably on Tuesday.
Okay.
So it was a local guy called Joel, and he'd been in contact with me about working Tuesday afternoon, very late, last tee off time before they punched the greens.
Good money in this day and age.
So huge group of people, aerating the greens. Like I'm talking
the big holes,
50.
yeah, the eighth punches or the quarter punches, right? Yeah,
quarter punches. So we're the last tee off time of the day. I meet him at the first tee. The girl that's loading the bags is like, "Are you taking carts?" Absolutely. And
the G doesn't carry.
So 3 bags get put on, but he doesn't. He walks up to the tee and he's got one of those little Robin Hood pencil bags.
Oh yeah.
He says, "I'm just going to carry today." I went,
Beautiful.
"Really? You're just going?" He says, "Yeah, I like to walk. I'm just going to carry my clubs." Okay. So then he introduces me to my second player, who's called Thomas from England. He's actually from Wimbledon. He said he used to be a ball boy at Wimbledon.
Jeez,
back in the
rub
90s.
that in my face, why don't you?
Yeah, so we pull the cart round to the first tee, and then he says, "Oh, none of this cart nonsense for me." He says, "I love to carry bags."
Nice.
I went, "Okay." I says, "Well, do you want me to just carry it?" And he goes, No, I like to carry my bag. You just, come along." I was like, "So the cart?" He goes, "No, just drive that round and then come and help us."
Your dream loop.
So it was a dream loop. The boys were great.
So you were doing a double.
I'm doing a double.
They're carrying their own bags and you're taking a golf cart.
Exactly.
So this is like your
Nonsense.
quintessential loop. Like you don't have to really do anything. This is what you live for in these loops. This is almost as good as the 200 and go home loop.
Hey, would you have turned it down?
Hell no.
No, absolutely not. So it was the most bizarre.
Can I get access to? Like, my knee hurts. That
would have been icing the cake, wouldn't it? But I kept on getting out of the car and then turning to the bags like you're an autopilot.
Expecting, for sure.
And of course, every time they hit, I go, the first 10 times I'm like going to grab the club, but of course,
it's an awkward one because I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I've ever done it. I know, like, we've carried for people and they'll carry their own bag. I remember.
But you're usually walking along with them.
Yeah, there's a guy from Colorado who on his birthday would come out and he'd pay for myself and Big Tony.
Yeah, you 2 caddies for one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tony carries the bag. I read the putts because Tony, the only thing he can read is about. And
pretty damn good at that.
So that was strange. And I've had it, look, Jimmy Dooling wee Jimmy,
Yeah,
he always likes to carry his bag from time for a couple of holes, but not for 18.
Yeah.
So the Thomas had said, I'll carry it till I get tired, and I guess he didn't get tired because he took it for all 18 holes.
You got to ride that gravy train.
What a couple of legends. So,
you got to ride that gravy train all the way around.
Fantastic. What you got?
Well, should we talk about, we did a term, actually, we both caddied in a tournament over at the other club we caddy at.
Yeah, we can call it Cypress Point. Everyone knows.
Yeah, and that was, what did you think of that? Those greens, those were, could have been some of the fastest greens I've ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree.
It was, some of the putts were insane. Like the 18th hole, if you got above that, like back edge, you're talking 100 feet. Like the, I'm caddying for, he's actually a somewhat new member, but he's like, how long you been here? I'm like, oh, this is my 4th loop out here. I'm not going to lie to him. He's like, all right. So, I did a good job for him, but I carried the bag. They read all their own putts, but just watching some of the putts, like he told his son on 18, it was like 100-foot putt. He's like, hit it 2 feet, literally 2 feet. Yeah. And he hit it 2 feet and it got just past the hole. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Let me guess. Mackenzie built Cypress 1928, correct?
28, yeah.
So back then, I would imagine those greens, because it's a bit like Pass the Tempo as well.
Mm-hmm. Very similar, yeah.
We're probably rolling about 3.
Yeah, true.
So,
I mean, they had some crazy pins, because, I mean, this is, oh my God. They had, because this is a tournament, like a
father-son.
Yeah, an annual tournament, and these guys have played here time and time again, so they're trying to throw some nasty pins out at them. And it was super, like, the first 2 days, you're playing 18-hole or 9-hole matches. And then you switch off. And then I didn't realize the last day, it's alternate shot. I'm like, oh, glorious. So essentially you're doing a single, and it's 6-ums. I'm like, oh, this is going to be like, 6 hours, something like that. We were done in 4 hours. 4 hours. You're playing 2 different matches as 6-ums. It was pretty crazy.
That alternate shot is really, really tough.
Well, it was a little tougher for you because you had the 13th flight. I was in the first flight with my players. They were both like 3s and 4s, and you were in the 13th flight. With
we went over the way.
20, when you're doing alternate shot with 20, 25 handicaps, man, that is brutal. But the 3 and the 4, it was actually fun to caddy in my format because they were making pars and birdies, and that was what was winning holes. In your group, 6s and 7s were probably winning.
7s and 8s. Let's be honest. But I've been pleasantly surprised working over there, because I went in with a preconception that caddying for members, I would not like it.
Yeah.
And it just shows you don't know everything. I've been shocked. I've had a great experience so far with members, with guests. The tournaments I've done is really fantastic. I'm looking forward to actually starting to play some golf out there.
Yeah, that'll going to be a good perk when that comes to fruition.
Yeah, so different to what we normally do, though.
It is. I mean, it's still caddying, but it is definitely a little different. The atmosphere is a little different. But same thing with me. Like the members I've caddied for and the few guests, you've done a few more loops out there than I have. But great experience. I mean, great people.
Well, I go into resort mode because where we work, it's more information. Like people forget how to swing a golf club. Yeah. So you're having to give them a driver. This is how far you want to hit it. Hit it over here.
Yes.
And you
lines, carries,
you basically
front
do
edge.
Everything apart from swinging the club for them.
Correct. You're giving them every piece of info. Out there, they've played it 1,000 times. You step to the tee. They've already pulled the club. Yeah, they've already pulled the club. And a lot of times on those tees, especially for good players, it's not driver a lot of the time. So it's interesting to see that because they're in autopilot themselves. So they finish out a hole and they just grab the club they know they need for the next tee shot. It's pretty easy caddying out there.
I the first time I did it, I was like, okay, so this par 4 coming up here, you just want to hit the driver out to the right, and then they're kind of looking at me as like,
we don't need this.
We don't need this. And I thought, oh, okay.
The only thing that makes it a little more difficult is there's really not many golf carts, so you're pretty much carrying every time you go out. Although actually, didn't you have a cart in the father-son or no?
No. I was carrying bags, and the previous week, the member took a cart, so I was just carrying one bag.
Yeah.
Met a wonderful guy actually called Sherman. Really good lad. He's actually a listener now.
Nice.
I've had a really good experience. If anything, no dodgy reads in the wrong side of the hole.
Yeah.
But maybe under reading the borrow, and some, like you say, when the greens are so fast, Some of those play.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's like crazy golf.
Yeah, I just, for right now, I'm just trying to pay attention as much as I can and start to learn them, because I've had a lot of members, the times that I have caddied out there, that just, they're doing their own thing, understanding that it's my first year there. I mean, I haven't been there too often. Those greens, some of those greens are pretty damn tricky. But once you know a few of those fun reads, they're really fun.
Yeah, it's one of those where you can play up to the back edge.
Yeah.
And
like nine. If it's front right, you can play way back left corner, and it's going to trickle down toward. It's insane.
Whole different ball game. And I'll tell you what I really love about the place is the staff there, the guys in the pro shop. They make a point of coming up to you and saying thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help. And it's like, I'm not kind of used to that.
There is some appreciation for sure.
A long time since you've ever been thanked for coming out by the staff. So, yeah, no, I've been pleasantly surprised, and a bit of a walk though. I feel like the course is like 4 different types of courses. Would you say?
Yeah, it has a weird flow to it for sure. But there is a lot of holes where you can get out front, which I like. You know, a lot of holes where you can sneak out ahead. Yeah. Especially when they've already grabbed their clubs and you're out in front. There's that par 3, 7, where a lot of caddies don't even go back to the tee, because they're like, it's always playing 175, 180. Just here, take your club. I'll meet you by the green. I always go back to that tee.
I go back to the tee.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's a par 3. I'm going to shoot the number and see what it's playing. What a par 3 that is.
It's a brilliant par 3. It is different. I thought that the members wouldn't want to talk. I thought it was just going to be like turn up, but everyone I've met has been
pretty
very
engaging.
chatty.
Yeah, I've had a mixed bag, but yeah, they've all been very nice.
I'm going to tell you a story about a guy that I caddied for. Every year I have the same people in this corporate do.
Okay, not uncommon.
A few weeks ago. And this guy's the client of the host.
Okay.
So I won't name names because it's a touchy subject. The lad in question, he only plays golf once a year, which is out here.
Yeah, that's not uncommon as well.
You know, he's one of those, he's analytical. So he's always like, what am I doing wrong? And breaking everything down. I says, well, when was the last time you played?
Exactly.
Last year. Yeah. I'm like, well, there you go.
Did you practice in between? No, haven't practiced at all.
So he wears, I swear to God, he's wearing the same clothes every single time he's played. He was wearing the same clothes.
Like from years back, or?
Yeah, last year he was wearing the same top. I'm looking at him going, it's almost like a cartoon character, like
his golf attire. He doesn't have a lot of golf attire.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
But the problem this year was he was stinking.
Oh, you mean
really bad BO.
The unwashed clothing?
Unwashed person in the unwashed clothing.
Okay.
And I ended up saying to his host, I said, because I know him really well, I said, listen, is it just me or is he kind of ripe? And he looked at me and went, it's not you. I'm like, how do you bring that up?
Well, you can't to the player. I mean, maybe you have the host bring it up to the player, but you can't.
But it was brutal that everywhere I went, he followed me.
Oh,
and I always seemed to be standing downwind.
You could see the odor trailing him as he's walking towards you.
Chemtrails. Yeah. Have you, you ever encountered that?
He's a smelly person, yeah. I've definitely had a smelly one or two where you gotta step back and
the breath.
Yeah.
Breath like a blowtorch.
Although, you know, a lot of times we have that problem with the fellow caddies where the hygiene is not quite there, and it's like, bro, like run a brush through those teeth every couple weeks, or maybe flosser, or maybe put some shampoo in that hair. Even just jump and get wet in the shower or something. It's like,
take a shower.
Wow.
Golf clothing, the bib, the towel.
Oh,
it gets stinking.
The towel.
My mum used to always go about the golf smell, and it's legit.
You ever seen the caddy walk up to the water and he's got his towel, and it's like, it was white at one point, but it's black, and it's very, very stiff. Like he holds it up in the air, and it's just pointed straight up, and he dips it in the water, and then it just kind of, it expands, and it acts towel-esque. But it's like, bro, when your towel is that stiff, it's time to either throw it out and get a new one, or just put it in a washer or something.
Yeah, just throw it in the bin, burn it. Yeah. I take pride in always trying to look sharp.
Not only that, but so you see that caddy with that towel, and then all of a sudden he picks you up. We parked far away, and he picks you up at the end of the day. You get in his car, and his car smells just like that towel because he's got 3 or 4 of them in there like that. It's nasty.
I've been in a couple of caddy cars over the years. One guy, there was another caddy, described the smell of his car as smelling like breast milk, which I was like, interesting. And there's been a couple of caddies' cars, and they go, "Oh, don't mind the mess." I'm like, well, bowls, cereal bowls and coffee cups.
It's
and
unbelievable.
Plates, and then fag butts and bottles and chew, remnants of salad. Oh, you're just going.
I got in one, and the caddy was like, he's like, just so you know, my feet. I mean, I got a foot odor problem. They really stink. I'm sorry about that. There's not much I can do about it. I've seen a podiatrist. I'm like, oh boy, and he was not lying. I got in there. I'm like, put the window down, stuck my head out a little bit. I'm like, yeah, you're not lying about that.
Yeah, I'll just walk.
Yeah,
I'll just walk. Remember, I told you the story about the old boys that flipped the cart.
Yeah, of course.
I was talking to Taylor Daniels the other day, and I'd mentioned how he told me a story about an old timey caddy. So they're at one of the courses. And the group, his group, they hit the ball, it rolls on the cart path and rolls all the way down underneath the caddy's cart.
Yeah.
Caddy gets out, starts screaming at
him. Yeah.
Altercation. The following day.
Was Taylor caddying?
He must have gotten them the second day, the next day or something. There was something here. But
good thing he gets confrontational. I love Taylor. He's very. I know you wouldn't think he's very calm, but like you offend him or piss him off, man, look out.
Well,
yeah, I love Taylor.
He told me that the following day, the boys told him that day one, day two, they ended up with the same caddy that was berating them in the first day, and he said that apparently the caddy just wouldn't let it go. And
he was still talking about it the next day.
And the boys said, listen, you can either get paid, shut up, finish the round, get paid really well, or get paid really poorly and leave now. So when I tell you who it is, you'll completely get it.
I'm sure. I can't wait.
When the boys that flipped the cart, there was a situation exactly the same as that on the 10th, where my player, he hits it maybe like a 5-iron, and it lands in the grass, then it hits the cart path and rolls across. And then the boy in the group ahead. Now,
caddy?
4 was shouted, no, the player.
Yeah.
And this guy starts kicking off. And it's like, what's wrong with people? There's a difference between up here with the ball. I'm, got my hand
for sure,
flying past my head.
For sure.
And then a ball rolling up.
Yeah, come on. It is weird how people get so upset at that. It's like, I'd equate it to kind of road rage. When people are in their car, they're a lot tougher.
Yeah.
And the same thing on the golf course. They want to puff up when the ball comes near, even if it fours you. They want to puff up. Well, you shouldn't have been hitting, and you mother. And then they're like, I think it's because they know it's kind of like the road race. They're at the end of the day, they're not going to come to blows, and they can yell and they can let off some steam, and nothing's really going to happen until it does.
If you're in a par 4, short par 4, it's the same 330 yards, and a ball rolls up in the green, I'll applaud. Well played.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What a fantastic shot.
Like a par 5, a lot of times that happens all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you could, theoretically, you can get there, but you're going to land like 30 yards. You got your 3-wood. You're going to land 30 yards short, and you may trickle it onto the front. If you wait, you're going to probably put it in the water there, and I let them know that. I'm like, if you hit now, you're probably going to stripe it. Just hit now. I'll yell 4, and they'll applaud you for this great shot. 9 times out of 10, if they pull it off, the people in front are impressed,
I was caddying for the Beamer a few years ago. And we're on the second hole at the Bay. It's a short par 4.
Yeah.
You cut the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And
the second hole or the third hole?
Third hole.
Third.
So it shows you how well I know. Third hole, and I go out and I stand on the dune.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see where the ball is going. He's hitting driver. And Kirk Triplett is in the group ahead.
Your boy.
Triplett. And I just send Beamer.
Oh,
because I'm like, nah, he's never going to get it in the green, is he?
Yeah.
Sorry, Rich. But I sent him, and it goes straight over my head, and I'm like, oh dear. So I'm screaming 4, and Triplett was putting, and it actually rolled up and went through his legs.
How'd he feel about that?
I was like, I'm sorry. And I'd actually worked for Triplett 3 weeks before. And I'd said to him when I saw, hey, how you doing, Kurt? Are you well? And he's like, oh, have we met? I was like, I worked for you for 4 days 3 weeks ago. But hey, no, there's a big difference.
So he wasn't too upset?
No, not in that tournament.
Yeah.
They don't care. You know, again, difference between a headshot and a roll up.
Our old friend, we kind of lost touch with him for a few years. Brian Zielikowski.
Oh yeah.
He was out actually. He did one of those camps with his daughter. I didn't realize they did like a dual camp with like the parent and child. So he was texting both of us back and forth, hoping to run into us, and he wanted us to caddy for him one day. But we actually had another job. I think something happened on that job too. Well, that was a story.
This is the famous Zielikowski that you told you had the best short game.
Well, we're gonna get to that, but
okay,
go
lovely,
ahead.
lovely. Well, I'm just for the listeners to put it in context. This is several years ago, and I'd met Brian. I guess he was maybe found us on YouTube. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He watched some of the videos and he contacted me that way. I carried for him. Then I couldn't make it. I was away. You worked for him, and Zielikowski, he texted me and said, "Your boy Zabbo told me that his short game's as good as anyone in the PGA Tour."
No, he said he heard that on the podcast, and I'm still yet to find that podcast, Brian. I don't think I ever said that, but
that's a lot of hours to go through it to make your point.
Yeah, you find it and send it to me.
So he was in town, right?
He was in town. I ran into him
at the range.
So I ran into him at the week course. We told him we couldn't caddy for him because we had another job, and it was a little early. He was teeing off at like 3:30, so he was coming off with his daughter. While I was finishing, he quit early because they were never going to finish. So ran into him there, small talk, see you later, Brian, good to see you. And then I went to the range a few days later with my daughter, Jean, and we're hitting balls. We're at the chip, and I see Brian, and he's taking like a putting lesson with his daughter over there. So I go over and I introduce myself to his daughter, and I said, Brian, I introduced Jean to Brian and all that, and we're talking, and I just forgot that we were at the chipping range, and I don't know if he was too focused on his putting, but you got to see the elite short game that I was putting on a little clinic there. You should have stopped your putting over there and came over and watched how it was done on the chipping range. But yeah, you texted us later and said something about, maybe next year but you should have witnessed it right there because I was putting on a clinic right there.
I love that term. That's like when hack golfers talk about being in the slot.
Putting on a clinic?
And putting on a clinic is that's brilliant. That's some great
fun
stuff.
It was fun. I also got to talk about, this is actually, there's a few people that I got to talk about. First, I got to talk about our boy Rye, the pet guy. A couple weeks ago, my phone rings and I see it's Rye. I'm like, that's interesting. He doesn't call me too often, so I pick it up. I'm like, hey, Rye, what's going on? And he's like, not much, Zabbo. How you doing? I'm like, oh, good. He's like, yeah, thinking about, like, I just wanted to pick your brain on Ubering and how to get started. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, from what I understand, like, I didn't say this to him, but from what I'm talking to you, I'm like, he's doing okay. Like, he's making some coin. I'm like, you okay, buddy? You need some money or something? Like, what's going on? And he's like, yeah, well, no, everything's fine. He's like, the wife just, I sit around the house, the business runs itself, and she wants me out of the house. I'm like, that's understandable. I get that. But it was pretty funny when he called. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
I couldn't believe that.
I was kind of worried for him. I'm like, is he come upon hard times or something?
No, I texted him. I said, Uber? ? He went, what? I spoke to Zabbo. And
it's pretty funny.
And he explained. He says, oh, well, I says, you don't have time for that. So, I don't know. What goes through people's head? I'm sure I come out with some nonsense at time to time as well.
Very true. Very true.
So, are we happy to move on? Give a little jingle out to the Catalyst product group.
Yeah, my last one I'm going to save for the shout-outs. We'll do that one then.
Excellent. Okay, well, here's a little message from our sponsor.
And then Zabbo's World of Golf.
Oh, Zabbo's World of Golf, and then questions. Love it. The Catalyst product group was founded in the early 1990s by 7th-generation Arizona farmer Mark Turner. To this day, it's still a close-knit family-operated business. TCPG, as Mark likes to call it, is a fertilizer manufacturer and distributor based in Buckeye, Arizona. TCPG specialise in organic fertilizer, and Turner is widely regarded as a pioneer in the organic fertilizer industry. Mark and his son Landon could go into far more detail about the science involved with their products, but I can't. However, what I can say is I've been using their fertilizer in my own fruit and veg crops for several years, and the difference is like buying a new set of golf clubs. Visit their website, catalystproductgroup.com, and use discount code DONKEY10 for a 10% discount on anything on the website. We really appreciate the boys' support for the podcast, and now let's get back to the episode. So there you go, folks. The Catalyst Product Group, and they do some wonderful organic fertilizers. I can attest to that because I use it, and I have been for the last 3 or 4 years.
For all your organic needs, whether
Yes.
they be illicit or legal.
Donkey 10% off. CatalystProductGroup.com. Now, funny one about actually Turner. A few years ago, he was in town, wanted me to caddy for him, and you're kind of on his shit list.
I know, for good reason. Turner, I'm sorry about that. I've apologized numerous times. That was an honest mistake. I didn't get my calendars mixed up. I don't know what happened. I didn't even have another job that day. I just showed up for my regular report time.
Classic. Zabbo said that he had forgotten that he was meant to caddy for Turner.
I did.
I don't know.
Legitimately.
I was in Scotland, I think. I'm getting a text from Turner saying,
Oh man, I feel terrible about it because I'm on the course. I'm like the 14th hole or something. He's like, Zabbo, where are you? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that was today.
I think
man, he was. Yeah,
he calls you like Zibble or something, Zebo or something. He always gets it wrong anyway. But yeah,
he doesn't like me. I love you though.
no,
Turner.
I think he's at this point it's just more banter.
I know.
So
I know.
now I did text Ryan Sanchez, who did the tune for our mailbag questions, and he will do something.
Oh, he will?
Yeah, no problem. So we just have to let him know what we think. I'll maybe include you in the text, and you can tell him what you fancy. But Zabbo's World of Golf, what you got this week?
World of Golf. Well, so I sent you this one a few days ago, and before it kind of really hit the mainstream, and now I don't know if you've seen a lot about this, but it's absolutely blown up.
Yeah.
This guy, if you haven't heard about this by now, you're not on the internet. But this guy by the name of Zach Holland, in a member tournament at his country club, Winghaven in Missouri, I believe, faked a hole-in-one. I mean, Zabbo counts them on par threes, but I'm not faking them on real golf courses or faking them on par threes. I mean, you get what you get. It's pretty crazy how this went down, and he admitted to it because they had him on video.
Oh no!
So it's a member, and the crux of this was the guy's probably somewhat hard up for money because there is one of those, as most country clubs have. They have the hole-in-one pot. Everybody throws in $5 in their account. The next hole-in-one gets it. It resets every time, or whatever the amount is. But there was a hole-in-one pot there. So what he did is before the tournament, out on the fourth hole, he snuck out there with a golf cart and put a ball in the hole. He put a ball in the hole a couple hours before he went out there. What he didn't realize, dumbass, there was security cameras that caught you doing this. So it was kind of suspicious how it went down. He's out there in the member with his partner and other two guys, and he's on the third hole. He's like, hey, man, my she's terminally ill. She's calling me right now. I got to go take a phone call. I'm going to tee off on the next hole, and I'll meet you up by the green. So he goes off, but pretends like he's on the phone with his dying grandma. Sorry, Grandma. I got to hit this tee shot. Hold on one quick. Doesn't hit a tee shot because the ball's already in the hole. So anyways, he's still on the phone. His buddies come up, and he gets in the cart with him, and they're like, oh, how'd you do? And he's like, oh, I thinned it a little bit. I didn't see it land. I didn't thin it a little bit. And they're up there looking for the ball, and his playing compadres go by the hole and see the ball in the hole. Hole in one. And, he collects the money, goes in, and, everybody was a little suspicious because nobody saw him hit the tee shot. So they went back and reviewed the footage they had on the security camera and caught him sneaking up. What a piece of garbage.
Scumbag. He looked like it as well, didn't he?
Well, I was just going to say, too, if you look at the picture, this is the type of dude you would expect to do that. Not only that, but there's been other accusations since that he's kind of like the reverse sandbagger. He played college golf. He was like a plus 0.9, but to jack his handicap up for the member and the other member guests and other tournaments, he posted some higher numbers on purpose to make sure he wasn't playing as a plus. He was like a 2 handicap.
Have you seen the Instagram account where I think the boy's in Nebraska, and he looks at member guest, and he calls people out?
Oh, does he? No, I haven't.
He goes and finds their handicaps, and he'll name and shame people.
Yeah, but this guy, what a piece of work. And then he's got this heartfelt like, oh, I'm sorry. I knew I was wrong. It's like, bro, We're past that. Like you're ashamed the rest of your life. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
You're just moving state, aren't you?
Yeah, and he was
Change
like,
your name.
I'm worried about my kids now and getting made fun of at school. Well, yeah, don't be that guy, and you don't have to worry about that. It's unbelievable.
And resigned from his position?
He resigned from the club in shame, obviously. Yeah. What's the term for it? Yeah, he resigned from his club. It was not an honorable discharge. Yes. Put it that way. It was a dishonorable discharge.
Dishonorable.
He resigned, but he was going to get booted out had he not resigned. So yeah, he's gone, done, as he should be. And any country club that would allow him in, shame on you.
Shame on them.
He'll be playing a lot of muni golf, I would think, going forward. You've arrived.
There we go. Mailbag questions if you have anything. Feedback, questions. podcast@glorifieddonkey.com. First question.
All right.
From a Stew King in Monterey. Where's that?
Stew King, Monterey, California. Yeah. Love Stew.
Hey, lads. I've been caddying for 5 years. Does that still make me a rookie? And if so, how many years does it take to no longer be seen as a rookie?
Oh, Gordon's going to have a much different answer than me, but go ahead, Gordon.
I actually think he's still a rookie, yeah. Probably 10 years.
10 years? That's the time frame?
Maybe 8.
Yeah, depends. Depends how many loops you're doing per year.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
How much you working?
What would you put it in as?
I wouldn't put him as a rookie.
Rookie's what, 1 to 3?
Yeah, 1 to 3. Sometimes it can stretch beyond that.
Once you get to 4, 5, 6.
Sometimes they just never get it. It's like, you got it, Stu. You got it dialed in. But some guys just never get it.
Yeah. His players were asking him, and then he asked me, he's like, hey, does this make me a rookie? Do you think I'm still a rookie? I was like, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You are today.
I love it when you're caddying with a true rookie, like a first year, and you hear that question, like, so how long you been out here? And they're like, I've been out here 6, 7 years. And I'm like, oh, yeah, really?
No, you haven't.
Really?
I haven't seen you. Yeah. I saw you last year. Well, that was, it's what you never want to hear your caddy say, today's my first day.
True.
And the first day I ever worked at Cypress, the guy was like, oh, you were great today. And I was like, winged that one. Or at the country club when I was over there and took people to the wrong tee.
Yeah.
The guys, and then palmed it off. Oh, yeah, no, I took, instead of going to the 5th hole, I took them to the 18th. And they were like, this doesn't look right. And I was like, oh, yeah. No, this is the championship tee. And they're like, what?
For what hole? Yeah.
The championship tee plays over the road? Seems bizarre. I was like, yeah, anyway, listen.
Moving along.
This is a par 4. I got that one right. Next question. What are some interesting betting games you've witnessed? Modifications or interesting versions of perhaps the common formats among a small group? 3 to 5 players. 3 to 5 player groups. I ask because my buddy's group seems to be either 3-man or 5-man groups for some reason. We usually default to Wolf. That's from Nick in Tennessee. Well, the Korean's always Korean Wolf.
I would even say beyond Korean. It's like Wolf in general. It is a good game, a fun game, but nobody plays it correctly. Nobody plays it correctly. You gotta learn the rules of the game before you play.
Yeah, you probably need an app.
Yeah.
Big
maybe.
Game Golf, yeah. And we'll actually have a message about them in a
Big
future
Game Golf
episode. Yeah,
they're still around. They're not the official title sponsor of this podcast, but it's still a good app.
Yeah,
check them out.
It's live. It looks great, but I think that's the only way you can really do it. Or you need somebody to stay on top of it to really know what's going on.
Have you seen some other interesting games? I mean, you see variations of Vegas, baseball, 9-point game, hammer. I mean, there's a lot of standard games that we see every time. I wouldn't say I've seen many very unique games.
No.
You know, one I hate is they get the chips or the cards, like the monkey and you gotta hold on to the monkey card or the snake card. It's like,
I love those.
Come on.
I was just about to say that the one in the poker chips where if you're in the water, everyone.
Yeah, you got the fish. Here, you got to hold on to the fish.
I'll tell you what, that game's brilliant when you have, say, 4 guys in a corporate group that maybe don't know each other.
Yeah,
and you can really get them all.
It's an icebreaker.
It is definitely, but I kind of
carrying those around, though. It's like, come on.
The one I hate is when a group of 4 guys say, right, what we're going to play? We'll play sixes. So they each pair up.
Yeah.
I hate that as a caddy because then half the time,
yeah, you don't know who to root for.
Yeah, you're sort of, divided loyalty.
Or sometimes they do like match play, and they're like the opposite guys that you're caddying for. Like an 18-hole match play, it's like, no. Why don't we just pair up the caddies with? So I got a little skin in this game.
Cart v cart.
Yeah.
There's been some games I remember with you where it gets very competitive.
Oh, dude, I don't care what it is. I get into it. They're playing that stupid little card game. I get into that. You're playing a game, and Zabbo is caddying for you. I'm interested.
The one I hate as well is when you get to the 18th and then someone... or presses. I don't like presses because...
Oh, I love presses.
You can win the whole game, but then you lose the game because you've maybe lost 2 presses at the end.
And a lot of people... See, that's a simple one that a lot of people don't understand. Like a Nassau. Like a Nassau is front, back, overall. There's 3 bets. And then you do like an auto press. Dude, I used to play against. We used to do 1-down auto presses. That is intense. And he liked to gamble, too. Brian Fry, shout out to you. He was like a +3, obviously giving me a lot of strokes. But it's pretty common to see like an automatic 2-down auto press or press when you're pissed. But I love the presses. It's a great game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when people say, the Nassau front, back, overall, and they go 20-20-20, I'm like, no, it has to be 20-20-40. Because if you win the whole match, you should gain
get a
from
bonus.
That. Yeah, it's a bonus. You win the whole match.
Well, if you're down, you just press and you win the press, and then it's 40.
Well, we'll move on. Drew from Minneapolis, he said,
Minnesota.
rate these balls. Favorite last. Titleist Pro V1, TaylorMade TP5, Callaway Chrome, PXG, Strixon G-Star, Bridgestone Tour BX. I think that's Tiger's brand. That's
the BX, 330.
And the Vice. So start with your least favorite. I'm going to go with PXG.
You left out the Pinnacle Gold.
That didn't make the grade. Drew obviously didn't feel as if that was going to feature. We're going to go PXG at the back, and then we'd probably go with the Vice. I'm going to go TP5, the TaylorMade, Callaway Chrome, Pro V1, then I'm going to go with the Strixon G-Star. Love those balls because those are the ones that have the logos on them.
I'll take any one of them and play the same with any one of Troy Bumgard and I actually did this experiment years ago before I had a child. We were members at Monterey Pines over here.
I think you mentioned
I think I have mentioned this before, but we would play like most mornings. We get up super early, go play 18 holes, and we kind of did an experiment where we play like top flights and pinnacles. Score never varied. Never varied. I mean, a golf ball's a golf ball. If it's like USGA certified and there's not something funky going on with the ball, yeah, it might feel a little different around the greens, but you're going to score the same.
The most common though is the Pro V1.
Oh, love and honestly, that's the one I would pick. I play the Pro V1 myself.
Oh well, there you go. You heard it from Zabbo himself. Pro V1. Next one. I am an avid listener of the pod and recently heard of Zabbo's trip to PV and Big G's Scotland trip. Both experiences sounded incredible. However, what would be your dream golf trip? That's from a Marty Dodge. He's from a place called Whistler
in Vancouver,
British Columbia. Well done.
Yeah, Whistler. I mean, Whistler Blackcomb, very famous ski resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to stump you in that one, but
no. I've always wanted to go there.
Well, we had the Vietnam, Cambodia last episode. That is appealing.
That's your dream trip?
No, but I'll tell you where I would love to go. Would probably be like go and play all the top ones in Australia or New Zealand.
I heard Royal Melbourne is just like ridiculous.
Top 10,
ridiculous.
isn't it?
You
Top
go
5?
out there and you're like, wow, I didn't really. You're just blown away by it, from what I understand. I'd love to make that trip.
Yeah,
go somewhere. Obviously, I want to play Augusta at some point, but
go out of the country. He says, "I love that." Oh, when I can manage and have time,
when I fit it into my schedule. Yeah. At some point, we're gonna get it done. Well, you're hoping to get the invite at some point, but I would love to do like a Royal Melbourne trip somewhere out of the country for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much golf in South America.
I'm sure there is.
There's a little bit in South Africa, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's much else. Actually, Kenya, John Day, listener, he's played golf in Kenya.
Really?
Which is up the northeast.
Let us know how it is.
Very famous for coffee as well.
Not so much it's golf.
So, I think it would be Australia or New Zealand. I'd love to go out there. And actually, you know what? Canada. That Cabot Cliffs looks absolutely next level.
Actually, I caddied for the owners of a newer course. It's called Loftuston. And, God, I'm going to butcher where it is. It's like, maybe not Sweden. Let me look it up. But he showed me the pictures of it. It's unbelievable. Norway. It's in Norway. Yeah, I don't even have to look it up. Have you heard of this place? So the owner, super good guy, and he's like, oh yeah, come out. He's like, he found out I had a daughter. He's like, yeah, I got like 50 horses. You can come out and ride horses. You can play. You can play in the middle.
24 hours.
In the middle of the night. You just tee off. The sun never sets.
Yeah,
unbelievable. And it looked. Go look it up online. It looks unbelievable. That's probably my dream trip. I'm gonna make it there.
It's only open 4 months or something a year.
Yes.
Because of the weather.
Oh, yeah. In the winter, I mean, it's almost dark all
it's
day.
so far north that you can play all year round. So, okay, maybe Norway. But, there's only one course there. I think Australia and New Zealand, you would have a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the place like Scotland, Ireland, you know what I mean? Like, especially Scotland, you can go from one course to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. They all join together. So.
But, yeah, my guy Frode, who I caddied for, he's the owner.
You will see the sire again, Mr. Frodo. Next one, Tommy. He's from a place called Airway Heights. Any idea where that is?
Illinois.
State of Washington.
Close.
My group recently got into an altercation with the marshal at a local public course. Shocker. The pace of play was brutal, and then we spent a few minutes looking for a ball. The marshal then warned us. Of course, things kicked off. What, in your opinion, makes a good golf course marshal? Good question.
Patience and understanding, the ability to talk to people as human beings. Mm-hmm. We see it all the time. People get on, marshals get on caddies, they get on players unnecessarily. Like you got to have situational awareness. Know if this group is truly behind or if they've been waiting all day and they're just struggling for a minute or two after like a par 3 or something like that. Like there's not a lot of situational awareness in my opinion.
No training. It's always seen as a retirement job. So
yeah,
old Bill just retired after 40 years working with GE.
Let's give marshalling a shot.
Let's go for marshalling. Get out in the seeing people and the fresh air. Works 3 days a week for free golf the other 4 days.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on. Surely the job deserves more than just someone that's kind of mailing it in. The course ebbs and flows. It's like waves,
It does. Although we have had a lot of good marshals as well out here. Like I've seen a lot of marshals who they got it. They got it. You come up to the person, the players, and you shoot the breeze with them first before you like. It's kind of like raising a child. If you just go no and point a finger and say no, you're doing this wrong and you got to do this, they don't respond to that. How you doing? How's your round going? You having a good time? Like same thing when you're parenting. You're like, everything okay? Like what's going on? Before you just go straight to no, you need to pick up the pace. You're messing up. You got to talk to them as humans. You enjoying your time here at the resort? Is everything going well for you? How's the golf course treating you? Oh yeah, that pin back there was real tough. Like approach him in a different way. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure the guy, is it Drew we're talking about? Drew?
No, this was Tommy.
Tommy.
Airway Heights.
I'm sure they didn't approach you in that kind of manner, Tommy.
No. Public golf course, probably a few drinks in them.
Yeah, but the marshal probably came up, chest puff. All right, you guys are like a hole and a half behind. You really need to pick up the pace. We need to work on this.
The thing that annoys me the most is when the pace is poor, and then the trouble group actually then picks it up.
They take off,
and then what you've done is you've set the pace, so it's like an accordion. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you're the slow group, and then they're on you, and it's like, well, we played a 3-hour front nine, and now the pace has gone to normal, and now you're going to have a go at our guys. It's like, come on, like a bit of common sense. We have the other thing with the GPS.
Yeah.
Technology's changing everything, you know what I mean? The marshals don't float around like they used to. They'll just straight to the group that they feel they have an iPad out.
Yep, they know exactly where it is. And if they're in the golf cart, they send a message to your cart and say, your group is falling behind. Pick it up.
Right, Zabbo. we're going to move on to our shout-outs and any other business.
Okay.
What you got?
You got much business? Well,
I'll kick off then.
Okay, you kick off.
I'm going to say, obviously, Joel and Thomas. And the other two lads, I've kind of forgotten their names. But Joel and Thomas, I know Thomas will be listening. And then we Chris from Arizona. I want to thank him for his time last Monday night. He came out and he was helping shoot some video and organise the bits and pieces for the upcoming YouTube shorts that will start in September.
Nice.
Finally.
I'll shout out Chris as well. I had a little situation with him about a week ago. How long has he been caddying? Do you know?
5-6 years maybe. Still a rookie.
There you go, Stu. He's actually not. He's not a rookie, and he's not a rookie for this reason. So I had a job. I think I was actually still in Cleveland, and I had a job pop up. These guys texted me, "Hey, you caddied for me last year. Can you? We're coming in for this tournament. Can you caddy for me?" And I said, "Sorry, I'm out of town, but I'll find you somebody." And I was scrambling to find somebody, and then finally I texted Chris, and he said, "I'm on the course now. Not sure what these guys are paying, but let me get back to you. If it's not good, I'll get back to you." Mm-hmm. And then about 2 hours later, he texted me and said, "Hey, man, I can do that job." I was like, "You're a true caddy. Good on you, buddy. You're a true caddy. Welcome to the club."
That's classic.
Yeah.
Well, he was really, really good. And we actually helped start the editing process of the stuff that's coming out. So it's a lot of fun stuff.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, and then last one is someone called Shreya Agarwal.
Shreya
Agarwal. So I just got a message on Twitter earlier on, and it said, 2 old guys flipping a car is exactly the chaos I needed today.
Oh, good.
So if that's a real person.
Glad we brightened your day. The last one I got to, so I was working the big course about, I don't know, it's probably about a month ago, and I walked by the beverage tent, and I see your lovely wife, and I start chatting, just chatting with her, shooting the breeze as I do, and we're talking about some legal situation, and she's like, you know Gordon's guy, George Ellard, and I was like, I look at her and go, "Gordon's guy, huh?" So I got to shout out George and Will, who I used to shout out all the time. He said that was a guy I shouted out frequently, but I got to shout. But yeah, apparently Gordon's your guy now, according to Gordon's wife. So yeah, shout out to you, George and Will. But that was just so funny. I was like, yeah, Gordon's guy, George Ellard. Yeah. Who do you think introduced him to George Ellard? So shout out to you, George. Hope you're doing
well. I've known George for less than a year. You've known him about 15 years. Classic.
So funny.
Classic. Ideal. Well, we will be back in 2 weeks for another episode of the Real Life Caddy podcast. As I say, we're closing in on
200.
200. That's incredible.
Getting there.
And
we got to do something big for 200.
Now we'll go to Augusta or PB.
There you go. Or maybe Lofton. Yeah.
Get across to catalystproductgroup.com. Use Donkey10 for 10% off. As I say, I've been using his fertilizer for years. He brings it out for me, and it's brilliant.
And his weed's really good.
Makes my weed's really cool, dude. Oh, it's so good. Zabbo, thanks for your time as always.
Thank you.
Have a great day. I'm sure you'll be off to the put a clinic on today. Is that right?
You car week's in town. I'm gonna maybe take a nap.
Yeah, and listen, if you're new to the podcast, get back, listen to the previous episodes. I've been listening for a long time. Do us a favor, share it. Send us an email, questions, whatever.
Buy us a beer.
That's right. Go to the website for that. And, until the next time, get out, enjoy your golf, but more importantly,
keep it humble.